Hello, everyone. This is Sue Frederick, and I am the author of several books, including Through a Divine Lens and Sacred Numerology. And today I have an angelic realm channeled message for you. And I've submitted 3 questions to the angels for them to answer in this session. So I'll repeat each question and then I will open up and bring in the angelic realm's answer. What is the purpose of physical aging, aging of the body, and physical health problems? Is the body meant to be perpetually healthy? Are we doing something wrong when we get sick? Let's take a breath, and now I will channel in what they have to say. The physical body was never designed to be a permanent place to keep the soul. The physical body was always simply meant to be a temporary vehicle for learning exactly the lessons needed in a lifetime. We do remember in the divine beings, in the divine realms, that all is perfect, that there is no suffering, no sickness. And so to push consciousness to evolve, souls agree to come to the earth realm. And when they are here, they agree to experience the awakenings that happen with the aging and deterioration of the physical body. Each soul chooses a physical body exactly perfect for that soul's journey, for what they are coming to earth to learn, to what gifts they are coming to share, what they are coming to teach the world and those around them. All of this is put into the body, the cells, the DNA, so that at exactly those pre-planned times for spiritual growth and awakening, those illnesses, those physical deterioration symptoms will show up as planned. Now, the question you asked about, is the body meant to be perpetually healthy? The answer is no, and we are so amazed by how humans believe that they can control their health, and we are happy that they honor the body as a sacred temple of learning, which it is, but it is not meant to be a sacred temple of its own to be worshipped. It is meant to be recognized as a sacred vehicle. And in that vehicle, moving towards enlightened consciousness, of course, there are going to be bumps in the road. Of course, one of the great moments of awakening in a human lifetime often comes from illness, from a health crisis. And we have watched so many humans awaken to their higher selves, their higher consciousness, remember that they are divine beings and not physical beings when they get sick. This is very important. There would not be illness on earth for no purpose. Everything on earth has a purpose. Now, can you change that plan? Well, many humans agree to grow early on in their lifetime. Perhaps grief wakes them up, or perhaps they simply have a memory, a remembering of their soul's origins. And so they begin to question life on earth and to grow, to think beyond the conventional ideas, to seek a deeper spirituality. And so as they do that, when a pre-programmed illness comes along, they may be able to override it or not have to walk through it in such a painful way if they have already accomplished much of the learning that would come through that illness, that health crisis. And so each soul on their own decides, not the mind, not the physical self, the ego, but the soul. Each soul decides if they will take on the health challenge that they've programmed and if it will serve their highest good, or if it can be minimized because they have already awakened to very important spiritual principles that they intended to master in the lifetime. Thank you, Angelic Realm. Our second question is, what is the purpose of the current political turmoil in the earth, on the earth, and especially in this country? And where is this turmoil going? All right, let's close our eyes and take a deep breath. We are so amused at all of the concern about earthly conflict. There have been many times in the past, many past civilizations where conflict was constant. And so the learning of those souls was intense and completed quickly. They even usually had shorter physical lifetimes because so much was accomplished in the time of turmoil on Earth. In the time that the current humans have been on Earth, there has been so little conflict, relatively speaking. And so now that there is conflict again, we urge all humans to understand that it is, of course, on purpose. It is a great shift. It is a great awakening. And again, only the souls who ask the deeper questions, who really step back to look at the bigger picture of it, who refuse to get lost in the duality of taking a side, who see that this conflict is just a manifestation of the soul's desire to awaken. Nothing and no one can awaken unless all the darkness within is brought to the surface to be healed, to be revealed. And at this time, so much is purging up from the human consciousness. And yes, much of it looks very ugly, and yet it must be brought to the surface. It must be revealed, it must be shown, so that as it is brought into our awareness on earth, now we can take a choice for love. We can make a choice for compassion, for understanding life from a higher realm. Can you imagine the difference between working side by side to help people who are suffering with people next to people who disagree with you politically? Can you imagine the great soul growth and the heart opening remembrance that happens in those events? Those events can be called war, civil war. They can be called physical problems on Earth, on the Earth's surface, such as volcano, earthquake, tornado, hurricane. So many of those happenings are designed to bring souls together on earth side by side, helping each other, helping those who are wounded, and putting aside their ideas that separate them. That is the purpose of what is happening today. If all humans could stop taking sides, could open their hearts, could work together for reasonable solutions on earth, then the conflict would disappear. But there are so many who are so attached to their beliefs, even though their beliefs are wrong or limited. We urge you to not be one of those, to lift up above these points of view that are so tightly held by humans, and see the soul's journey of everyone. And love and compassion for them is the only way to heal this rift. Thank you. Thank you so much, Angelic Realm. I have another question. It's my final question today. Will humans succeed in shifting consciousness on Earth? And is it going to happen soon? Let's take a breath and listen to what the angels say. Humans love a prediction, don't they? We have listened to these questions from humans forever. Will humans succeed in shifting consciousness on Earth? Well, the reason this is a question that cannot be answered easily is because the Earth realm is always a mixture of free will and destiny. So this means that, yes, it is very possible, and it was predestined, that humanity would wake up at this time, that consciousness would shift completely into the light at this time on Earth, that the veil separating the worlds would disappear, that not only would humans on Earth be able to see their beloved spirit, departed spirits, and realize finally there is no death, but also other galaxies, beings from other galaxies who have always been part of the Earth population would be accepted, would be recognized, and the higher technologies would be put to use on Earth. This has always been the goal. Now, is there a lot of fear and resistance to this on Earth today? Of course, because humans are on Earth. And humans are very stubborn and get very stuck in their minds, their beliefs, their ideas. And humans are historically afraid of change. But now is the time when the tipping point could shift to the Great Awakening. It's going to take an effort by all those who are conscious and awakened already to help shift this time so that, yes, humans will awaken and shift consciousness on Earth. The veil will disappear. The other galaxy beings will be able to help out without having wars and conflict on Earth ever again. So now we ask all of you humans to remember your heart must lead the way, and your heart is always telling you to find compassion for others, especially those you disagree with, to try to find ways to work side by side with those who might consider you an enemy, and instead to do healing, helpful work for others who are suffering. This is a great time of claiming everyone on Earth to be a healer, a minister, a helper of some kind. When people shift out of their greedy, selfish point of view and shift into the awareness that all humans are connected, energy to energy, soul to soul, consciousness to consciousness, and that one human suffering affects the matrix of all souls on Earth. Once that is finally embraced and recognized by the majority on Earth, then everything will shift, and the fallacy of thinking in terms of enemy or good and bad or any kind of duality will finally be put to rest. There is no duality in the oneness of the universe. Thank you, Angelic Realm. This has been very, very helpful. Thank you, and many, many blessings.